So I promised you all a camping trip, and I'm currently here, just arrived at my destination. So I'm going to get all my bags unpacked, get stuff out of the car, then I'll start filming my little journey. So yes, we're here. I'm not going to tell everyone the actual location, but if anyone recognises the location, fair play. But you know how it is with camping. There's a lot of idiots out there that would quite happily ruin the location. So yeah, but I'll pause you, I'll bring you back as and when I can, when I'm unpacked, and bring you on the way. The start of the walk, the hill climb. Oh, I'm tired already. Only been 5 minutes. Obviously, I'm recording all this on my phone. Oh, I always forget how much of a steep climb this is into the woods. Oh, I'm tired. Cheeky little squirrel up there. There's the view from where I am so far. Anyone that might know the location, hush hush, keep it to yourself. I'm halfway up the hill. I'm knackered. Another reason for coming camping for me is to get away from everybody, get away from all the stress of home. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even halfway up this hill yet, and non-stop my phone ping ping ping, what you doing, where are you, who you going with, how long you're going to be. People just cannot leave you alone in today's society. Honest to God, just one night of peace and I can't get any peace. Anyway, rant over, onward bound. Flip this camera around and show you where I'm going. Up through the gates. Got this giant woodland to go investigating. What does this say? No camping, no barbecues. Take your little home. Now I'll do the bottom one. I'll take my little home. But as far as camping, I'm sorry people, but it's got to be done. Around this way. Let's take a little trek around here. I have no idea what the sound quality is going to be like on this video, because as I said, I record everything on my phone, handheld, no fancy gadgets and gizmos, a bit like my camping equipment, simple, basic, but does the job. Funny, just spotted my shadow. God, that bag looks big in the shadow. I don't know how many people enjoy camping, but I love it, getting away from everything. Another way for my son to sort of get an idea of what I like to do with my spare time. I think I found a sneaky trail to help me get to where I'm going. cool funky old tree here. Plenty of little midges around. We don't want them. Plenty of dry wood lying around though. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. Definitely the heaviest part of your camping equipment for me is carrying water. I've got about 4 litres to last me the night and for some cooking. But other than that, not too bad. Well, I'm almost at my spot. I'm knackered. Number one thing for me right now is dropping this bag off. Have 5 minutes and I'll take you on a little walk around the woods. Just get to my little spot over here. Hopefully my fire pit's still here. It certainly is. Which is good news. Here we go. Seems like someone's got a fire already. It's not to bother. Right. Let me get this bag off and I can take you on a little walk. Right, bag's off. I'm a bit sweaty, but it's not too bad. I made it in one piece. Oh, it does feel good to have that bag off my shoulders. So yeah, this is my favourite little one night camping spot. My dad brought me here when I was probably like 10, 11. We just came for a walk one day. Obviously with the camping equipment and stuff. We actually set up pitch further up. And then my dad came for a wander during the night. He was like, right everyone, pack up your bags. We're all moaning like, oh why? He's like, no, I found a better spot, I found a better spot. And it was this little spot right here. So it's sort of secluded on all sides, apart from facing forward over here, as you can see. But still, it's kind of secluded. Yeah. Finally glad to be here. I wish my little boy could be here with me too. Be nice to share this experience with him. But I'm thinking of you, little man. I'm thinking of you as always. And let's go for a little walk, shall we? Take you around the spot and show you the scenery. I don't need to carry the bag anymore, so I say sorry about the footage, everyone. Bit wobbly, bit all over the place. The audio is probably terrible. But as I said, I don't have any fancy equipment, just basic stuff. As long as you can get the gist of it, I'm happy with that. Let's go for a little climb up here, shall we? See if I can make it up in my old age. When we were kids, we used to run up these hills like it was nothing. Carrying that bag up now, it's like, geez, not as healthy as I thought it was. Let's find a way up here. There's definitely a lot of wood. It's been sunny as well for the last 2-3 days. So everything should be dry enough to have a little campfire with later. Oh, almost went on my arse then. I saved it, and I saved myself. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. go. So that's the view from the top. My camping stuff. I don't even know if you can see it in the camera because obviously it's a phone, so it doesn't zoom in very well. But that's where my bag is down there. Go on a little wander, see what we can see. I've had so many crazy times up in this spot growing up. Me and my friends, my dad and his brother, everyone really. I remember one time I was with a bunch of my friends. My friend Danny camped down where we're camping, and we was all having a few beers and stuff. And the next day we woke up and we were like, where's Danny? We can't find him anywhere. And he was laying next to the fire down there, but he was covered in so many leaves you couldn't actually see him, like the wind must have blown it all over the show throughout the night. And he was drunk, so he's not moved. And he's literally walked over there, big stump of grass and leaves, and Danny's there with his head popping out like, hey, morning guys. That's pretty funny. One of those you had to be there moments, but still one to remember. I think if I would have took my son anywhere first, or Levi, if you're listening to this when you're older, this probably would have been the first spots. Just because it's fairly close to home. It's not too big of a woodland. But yeah, all the people out there who are interested in camping or like to go camping or want to go camping but have never actually gone, there's no excuses on a day like today. I drove up here probably 5 o'clock in the evening when I got here. The time now, I don't even know what time it is. I can't check on the phone while I'm using it, unfortunately, but I can update you in a little while. I've got plenty of time to get firewood, probably another hour and a half of sunlight. It's quite high in the sky still, the sun. But, plus summer's almost here. But yeah, if you're interested in camping, get yourself up and go. No excuses. It's not hard. You don't need tons of expensive equipment. This is one of the things I want to talk about actually, is equipment. And the amount of money I see on all these YouTube videos, people spending on all this fancy equipment and gas burners and huge power banks and just ridiculously over expensive tents, equipment, clothing. It's all just a con as far as I'm concerned. The only thing I've got that's proper equipment, like clothing wise, I've got these boots. Nothing fancy. I think the brand's Quetcher. Probably cost me like £30. But they're waterproof. Been wearing them for a couple of years now. Never let me down. I think I got them from Decathlon probably. So yeah, £30 pair of boots. And as far as what I'm wearing, you've probably seen already. Hoodie, pair of jogging bottoms. Sorry about the silly angle. But yeah, that's all you need. And then my camping bag is just a cheap branded bag. I think it's Andy's 85 litre. My tent is a Euro Hike 2DXL or 2XL. It's a 2-person tent. Does the job. It's waterproof. I've been using the same tent probably for about 5 years, maybe more. Waterproofed it once. Never failed me yet. So yeah, there's literally no excuse. I think my tent probably cost me like £50. So the tent, the bag, the shoes, maybe £100 for the lot. Sleeping bag, probably my most expensive purchase, but even that was probably 40 quid, £50. I've actually got 2 sleeping bags. I've got like a 3-season and a 4-season. I brought the 4-season. I know it's warm weather, but this is the first bit of warm weather we've had in Manchester. So I can imagine tonight it's going to be freezing. So I brought the 4-season sleeping bag. Never do get too warm. Can always leave it unzipped. But as far as beds, camping mats and all that stuff, I don't bother. Just sleep on the floor. Use my jacket as a pillow. Keep it simple. So I mean, yeah, all my equipment altogether probably about £140, and that does me well. I've got my little pots and pans set. That's probably another £15. But again, I'll just light a little fire later. I'll put my pots and pans on the fire. No need to carry a big gas butane bottle and stoves. The only thing I would recommend is the little foldable metal stoves with the hex cubes. They're really good. That's all you need. Pocket sized, enough to boil a pan of water or do your cooking. And that's really it. Well, let me flip this camera around so you can actually have a look at where I'm going. It's a nice little walk. Out in nature, fresh air. Beats the city life any day. I'd say my dream and my goal would be to move back to Scotland. That's where I grew up. That's where I do a lot of my camping trips as well. Around Loch Lomond, Trossachs, that kind of area. The gateway to the Highlands. That's what I used to know it as. I love it up there. Such a slower, more relaxed kind of lifestyle compared to the big city. I've actually been getting over the flu as well. I had the flu for probably 10 days. Could have been COVID, I don't think it was, but if it was, I'm almost over it now. And I wouldn't say I'm an anti-vaxxer, but I chose not to get the vaccines. I've been fine. It's kind of old news now though, isn't it? All the vaccine talk. I hope this video is okay. I don't have any fancy equipment, as I said, just a phone, no tripods, no microphone, nothing crazy. Just me and my hand, doing my best to keep it stable. I mean, I would like to upgrade my equipment and stuff, but obviously it's expensive. And I think the only person that's ever going to watch these videos is probably my son when he's older, which is the whole purpose. But anyone else who's interested, I know there's a lot of people out there that can't get out. So, you know, these little walks help get people outdoors who can't. Or people who maybe used to enjoy it but can't do it now. Either way, may as well bring you along on the trip. Doesn't hurt, does it? My little boy is going to be 13 months in 5 days. He's growing up so fast. I do miss him so much. It's almost got to that stage now though, because it's been so long since I've seen him. I really can't picture him in my head anymore. Kind of hurts to even say that out loud, but it's the truth. But like I say, I never stop thinking about your little man. Literally every day, every minute. But it's little trips like this that keep me sane. And at least I can sort of bring you along with me. And one day in the future, you can look back. See, this is the tree. Perfect for kids to climb. Like when you're younger, you see a tree like this, and you climb it, and you think, oh, I'm so high up. Or rope swings, that's another thing. Like, that'd be a perfect swing there. A little rope swing and a tyre. Oh, the good old days, eh, people? The good old days. As I say as well, I'm no professional with these videos. Oh, look, little bird. My mum used to say, if you ever see a robin, that's your grandma. You won't really know much about your grandparents and your great-grandparents, Levi. I'm sure your mum will explain it all to you as you get older. And if she doesn't, well, there's nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. So I'm just fascinated by this little bird. He's just stopped right in front of me, as if to say, halt! Where do you go? I'm just going to pass by, you little bird, don't you panic. Alright, come visit me later if you want. Come keep me company. Yeah, I've never actually used video editing software, so I think I'm going to have to try it for the first time with this video, because I did record like a little intro when I got here. Because I'm doing it on the phone, I have to keep stopping the videos and starting again. It's really annoying. But I'll do my best to stitch it together and make it somewhat watchable. Yeah, this is my secret little spot. I say secret only because I've never really told anyone about this place apart from a few friends when we were younger, but they've probably long forgotten about this now. Anyway, let's head back to the campsite and get my tent set up for the evening. Collect a little bit of firewood. And get myself prepared for the evening. So we can come back and chat a little bit more. I used to always think when I was younger, like, how do I remember the way? I don't know, I just think it comes with time. You just kind of remember where you've been, where you're going. I think for a lot of the time you follow the paths, you end up getting lost. You just have to kind of find your own path. Or your own little shortcuts. I've definitely seen a lot of firewood though. Some really good stuff lying around. So that's another thing actually, camping saws. All these foldable saws that you see all these camping guys use. Awful, awful bloody things to use. I hate them. I'd much rather a real saw, which is what I've brought. And I'll show you some of the stuff I've brought when we get back to the little campsite. It fits in the bag nice and easy, it's thin. And I just find that the camping saws, the foldable ones, they don't cut through the wood very well. They give you arm ache. And yeah, I just think they're useless. So I say I'd much rather use a real saw. And I think that's all cost me £9 compared to the price that you see on some of these ridiculous folding saws, like £60, £70, £100. And it's like, are you for real? But even in Manchester, there's somewhere to go camping. You can sort of see the view through the trees. I know there's not much of a view, but that's what we want. Stay out of the way so people don't see us. But we're on 24 minutes already on this little clip. I think I've got a couple more clips that I did. They're probably terrible though, but I mean the sound is probably awful because I can't help it, but I keep putting my hand over the microphone because of the way that I've got to hold the phone. I'm sorry people if you've just missed half the stuff I've been saying for the last half an hour. I'm doing my best with what I've got. Anyone who wants to donate me some equipment, feel free. So I do not have the money for that right now. Because I really like the stars. Obviously I'm into my astronomy, physics, science, quantum mechanics. Well, I'd love to be able to film the stars and the moon and stuff at night, but you can't with the phone, it just looks awful. There's my camping bag down there, people. So we'll find a way around. I could climb down there. If I was younger, I would have just ran down there. But I'm not going to take that risk right now. We'll walk around. But the walk is so much more enjoyable when you're not carrying a bloody rucksack. Oh, there's a little dog here. Someone's out walking the dogs. Oh, there he is, running through the woods. Say hello to the dog. Hello, dog. Hello. Nope, he didn't want to stop and talk. I remember one time we were playing a game of like Manhunt, if anyone knows what Manhunt is. Essentially it's hide and seek. But we spent about a good hour trying to find my friend. We could not find him anywhere, but we could hear him whistling. And it was pitch black when we were playing this game, bear in mind. Even though we've got our torches and stuff, we could not find him anywhere. And where he was up this tree. Somehow he got up to the top here. And yeah, he was just like taking the mick out of us all. Whistling. We had to give up. And then he came climbing down like, hey, I was here the whole time. Like as if the only place we didn't look was up. So for future reference, when you're hiding in the woods, look up. Right, let's get back to this tent. Start setting it up. I'll do my best to sort of position the camera somewhere so you can sort of see what I'm doing. Like I say, as I'm using my phone, kind of limited to where I can put it really. But I'll do my best. I'll bring you back shortly. Alright, that's about as best as I can get the camera right now. Hopefully it stays there, people. I feel like it's slipping, but it's the best I can do right now. As I said, I don't have a camping bed with me. So clear away some of the sticks best we can, so that we have a somewhat comfortable place to sleep. Glass everywhere. People with the bottles not cleaning up behind themselves. That's why you don't tell people about your secret locations. You can never stop people from finding them. But you can do your best to keep the idiots away. It's not hard to bring a plastic bag, is it? And put your rubbish in it. It takes 2 minutes. So, as far as equipment goes, I mean, that'll do. I'm not looking for 5-star luxury. Bear in mind there's a rock there, but we can make this work. So as I was saying, my bag, nothing fancy about it. My standard jacket, my camping chair, which I could actually use right now to stow some stuff on. The chair, £8 from B&M, I think. Nothing expensive, nothing fancy. Don't get me wrong, there's lighter chairs, more convenient chairs, easier to carry stuff. But if you just want to get up and get out for the night, boom, how easy is that? Put that there. Sunglasses in there. Let me see what this camera can actually see. Yeah, it's better than nothing, people. You're probably not going to see my head because there really isn't anywhere that I can put the phone, to be completely honest with you. Let me try one more spot for you. Hopefully that's a little better. We'll see. As I said, no fancy camping equipment, no fancy gear. Joggers, hoodie, pair of waterproof shoes just in case. And I'll show you what else I've got. It's not much, but you don't need much. Your number one piece of equipment is the tent. It is called the Eurohike Backpacker 2DLX. Like I say, I've had this tent 5 years. Information on it: 2000 hydrostatic head, flame retardant, carbon fibre poles, nothing fancy. Right there. And the only other thing that I recommend before you set up your tent is I take this everywhere I go. Is a ground sheet, tarpaulin. Probably bought it from B&Q for a tenner, 5 or something like that. The reason why I recommend this though is just so you don't damage the floor of your tent. I'd much rather ruin this than ruin my tent. It's big enough. Definitely been used a good few times. Plenty of burn holes in there. But as I said, it does the trick. And if, for example, it does rain, hopefully it'll be wet underneath the tarp. I don't think it's going to rain though. We're alright for weather. Tent. Simple as you like. Probably the easiest setup of any tent I've ever used, to be honest with you. I don't even know if you can hear me from there. I hope you can hear me. 2 poles, a few pegs, as everyone knows who goes camping, unpacking your tent, nice and easy. Packing it away in the morning, you're like, oh god, here we go. Yeah, I'd say this could not be the easier tent to put up. Just get it laid out how you want it. Front door. Backside. It comes with 2 poles. One slightly longer than the other. The long one for the front door, shorter one for the rear. They're not very long poles either, to be honest with you, quite short. As a guess, I would say this is the back. And this is probably the front. Seems that way. I'd say super easy to set up. Half a sleeve. It's not even fully sleeved all the way around. It makes life pretty easy. It's always nice if you go camping with someone else though to help you with these poles, but as you've seen, bish bash bosh. First pole's in. Clip the clips on. Little metal key on the bottom, slides into the bottom of the pole. Find the other one. Lights are hide. And then it's just a matter of two pegs, peg out your door, that'll hold the front up. I don't think we want it that close to the fire though, if I'm going to be honest with you. We'll bring it back a little. Let's see. Literally the easiest tent to set up. Got more glass on the floor. It drives me crazy when people don't take rubbish with them. Two pegs, one on each door. It will fall over, that's not a problem. It will stand up again in a minute when I put the backside in. Now we just need to peg the back out. 2 more pegs. So it's 4 pegs for the whole tent. It's not that windy. Like I say, we're in this little sort of semi-cave area. So 4 pegs is enough. Just a matter of adjusting it, getting it as tight as you want it. Anyone who's ever camped in the forest knows putting your pegs in the floor can be the most annoying thing. There's rocks everywhere. So just trying to avoid a rock can be a pain. Hey, that one's in. It's just a matter of lifting it out, putting it in, lifting it out, putting it in, and eventually you'll find a spot with no rock in it. Pretty much ready to go. Just my floor mat. So I've got a bit of dry space underneath. And that's it. Ready to go. There's little hooks on the inside of the ground sheet that hook onto the pegs, just to pull your ground sheet nice and tight on the inside. It does stink of smoke though. That's probably the worst thing about camping. Of all the bad things, is the smell of smoke. Always stink the next day. Your equipment smells, your tent smells. Trying to get rid of that smell can be a pain. All the leaf litter from the camping trip was last. There we go. That's done. I do recommend you keep all your stuff together though. so easy to lose pegs, bags, stuff sacks, etc. It's inside the tent. As I said, nothing luxury. Camping saw, straight from B&Q. Well, I call it a camping saw. It's not an actual camping saw, but great for coarse wood, double ground teeth. Cost me £9, and I stand by it. This is better than any foldable saw. And this thing, I probably paid £5 for it, ordered it from China. I stand by it every camping trip. It's like a foam insulated, sort of like a ground sheet, I guess, or a picnic blanket type thing. Honest, this is the best thing ever. It looks like nothing, but no matter how cold it is on the floor, you never feel the cold come through, ever. Basically, this is my bed. Put this on the floor, sleeping bag on top. Bob's your uncle. What's left in the bag of tricks? I always bring this with me. This is from an old camping bed. It's just like another floor mat. If I use it for sitting on, or when I lay down by the fire or whatever. Nothing special about it, just does the trick. If you need somewhere to sit or cook on or whatever you need to do. And as far as camping equipment goes, that's it really. I have my little camping stove pot set. Probably a little excessive for one person, if I'm honest with you. A bit heavy. But it's got a little bowl, cutlery set, cup, pan for boiling, frying pan, a little heat-proof rubber mat that you can put your pot on if you were cooking inside the tent to stop you from burning the floor. Well, yeah, that's literally it. And then the only other thing I have is my sleeping bag. This is my 4-season. Well, I call it my 4-season. I think a professional camper probably would not call it a 4-season. I say professional camper, but these more professional style YouTube video guys. But here we go. The Bango Nightstar 450. Suggested usage -9 to 15 degrees. Comfort -4. The extreme temperatures -31, but I definitely wouldn't recommend this in -31 conditions. Anything down to 0, you're pretty much good with this. And the thermal blanket on the floor, you're not going to feel a thing. I actually bought this for an ex-partner, because you find that women tend to get colder than men when you're camping. But obviously we're not together anymore, so I thought I'll take advantage of the extra warmth. It's a bit thicker. Oh, if Levi's watching, this was your mum's sleeping bag. you can hear, still got a little bit of the cold. But I'm not going to let a cold stop me from coming camping. Right, I'll show you inside the tent, then I'm off to collect some firewood. Alright, here we go. Inside of my tent. Little thermal blanket thing on the floor. Sleeping bag. I'll use my jacket that's on the chair as a pillow. Store my stuff here on the side. That is literally it, people. This is all you need. Tent, sleeping bag, something to cook with, a chair to sit on and get comfortable. And maybe a saw if you need to cut wood, but if you don't need to cut wood, and you're just going for a night out. Some people just use the gas stove, don't bother with the fires, but yeah, there's my little tent. I need to fix this door a little bit, it's a bit saggy, but that'll take me 2 seconds. In fact, we'll do it together, shall we? Simple, just pull the peg out, get the door as tight as you want it. Show the branding. No, this is not sponsored, don't worry. Just trying to find the right angle. There we go, nice and tight. Like I say, this tent has done me proud for so long. If it was extra windy, I'd recommend putting your guys out, but as it's not that windy tonight, we don't need to bother with that. Let's just get these out of the way. Oh, I forgot to put my clip on. Just helps pull the outer skin away from the inner skin if it did rain. Keeps you dry. Look at that. Need to sort this door out as well. How pathetic. No, don't like it. Bit more this way. Oh, I'm literally surrounded by rocks. There we go. That'll do. Tent's done. Fire pit. Let's go collect some wood, people. So I'm currently sorting out the wood. Start with your twigs. Work your way up to the medium stuff, the larger stuff. Then over here I've cut up a whole bunch of logs. I did want to bring you on the journey of me cutting up the wood, etc., but because I've got no tripod or anything for the phone, I just literally know where I can put it so you can see what I'm doing. But I'll sort these piles out and I'll bring you back. As you can see, you can probably tell what I'm trying to do here. So I've got my smaller stuff to light the fire, and I'll move up as the fire lights up, and then I've got my thicker logs going up to my big logs. Now, some people might say, oh, that's a bit overkill, but you'll be surprised how quick you actually go through this wood. Now, a lot of it is dry, like really dry, so it's going to burn really fast. But yeah, I've got a few more logs to gather up and a few more smaller twigs to start the fire with. But yeah, that'll be my fire for later on. It's still quite light, but the sun's gone down now. You can see the red skies over there. You can hear the church bells possibly, so it shows you how close we are to civilization. I actually caught a deer earlier as well. I say I caught it, I didn't catch it. I seen a deer in the woods, but I couldn't get my phone out quick enough to capture it. It's one of the problems with filming on your phone, and I've got a stupid phone case on my phone that flaps open and closed, so that's why the phone's wobbling, because I'm holding the phone case. It's a pain. I'm doing my best though. But as I said, my My saw from B&Q, hardwood saw, does the trick. Cut all that wood up, as you can see behind me. No problem, didn't even break a sweat. I think what I'm going to do now though, people, is sit down and just catch 10 minutes to myself, because I've not really stopped since I've been here, to be honest with you. Yeah, but yeah, I'll come back as and when I light the fire, probably have a little chill and catch up. I'll see you all soon. Just a little update for everyone. It's about 9:30 p.m. The fire's lit. The only problem I've got with it for everyone is my phone is charging so slowly. The phone died earlier. I brought 2 power banks with me, both Energizers. One's 20,000 milliamp, one's 10,000 milliamp, so more than enough. But unfortunately, it's mega slow charging. So I very much doubt I'm going to be able to film much more through the night and sit here and have campfire talks like I intended. But I'm going to let my phone charge for another hour or so, then I'll let this fire burn and come back when I can. Alright guys, I'll see you soon. Well, I'm still alive, people. Still going strong. Fire's burning nice. Wish I could show you the view, but honestly the camera on my phone just doesn't pick up anything. There's a few stars out. There's quite a few stars out, to be honest. It's quite a nice night. It's just a shame you can't see anything. It's funny how many people get scared of camping. You know, coming out to the woods on your own. I can understand. Some people probably get a bit nervous or anxious, but I'd say 99.9% of the time, the only thing you're going to come across is some animals. Because I did see a deer earlier, but I didn't get a chance to get it on camera because my phone is just too slow. There's nothing better than just sitting next to the fire though. Keeping warm. I made myself a hot chocolate earlier. I'm going to cook some chili con carne and rice tonight. If I can, I'll get some of that on the video. But probably not, because cooking and holding a phone just doesn't work. One thing I've definitely realised, I need to get myself a tripod and possibly some sort of light so you can actually see me in the dark. Because if I turn the camera around, you probably can't see anything. That's me, people. I am here. So yeah, nothing I can do about it. But I'd say this is my first attempt really at trying to record one of my camping trips, so the amount of footage I've got, I'm sure I can splice together something for you. At least give you a taster of my experience tonight. Like I say, I wanted to show you chopping up some wood etc earlier, the saw that I use, but it's just not possible without the right equipment, I guess. But yeah, as far as these power banks go, absolutely awful. My 10,000 milliamp is down to 75%, but my phone is just hit 40% charge. It's been on charge for the last 2 hours. So 100%, that's something I need to upgrade, is get a fast charging USB power bank, a C to C cable, because this is absolutely useless if I want to continue filming and making videos and stuff. It's not going to work. I mean, it's fine for probably like a light or something inside the tent, or just any low power devices you want to keep on, but a phone, especially a modern day phone. I mean, I have a Samsung S20, so it's not the most modern phone, but it's modern enough to not charge up very fast. I keep getting a message saying check your wire, there might be something wrong with the wire, but I've brought 2 cables, both brand new, so it's nothing to do with the wires, it's just crappy power banks. So I don't recommend them. What I'll probably do tomorrow when I get home, I'll probably try and take another video, maybe give you a proper close-up of the gear that I've been using, etc. Not that anyone's interested, but it just makes for better content, I guess, doesn't it? I can't say I'm like a big vlogger or anything. This is like my first attempt at shooting videos and stuff, so, and I'm not a photographer. I haven't got the first idea about photography. Don't know if you can hear that wind. It's actually getting really windy tonight. But luckily I'm in this little cove, so unless the gust comes from the back, it doesn't really bother me. But I've still not bothered pegging the tent down any more than 4 pegs. The guy lines, I tied them all up, don't need them. Yeah, I mean, I'll try and shoot like a little video later of just a campfire without me talking. I'll try and upload that as a separate video maybe, because I know some people like the ASMR videos and stuff like that, so yeah, if anyone's got any comments they want to make or suggestions, something they'd like to see, something they think I should do differently, I'm more than welcome to take on positive criticism, constructive criticism should I say. It's a lovely night though. This is one of those nights where I wish my little boy was here with me just to enjoy the experience. I've got so many little camping trip stories over the years, but I won't share them all in this video because I'll have nothing to talk about next time. I've definitely got a lot of stories. I actually went camping recently. I took my 2 sisters up to Scotland, close to where we used to live. And the usual site that we camp at, we weren't able to go because all the trees had been logged and fallen, or fell, whichever the word is. But we found another spot, stayed there for the night, and then the next day we moved to a place called Tarbert. Found a really nice spot next to Loch Lomond. So probably go back there next time. I'm looking to go sort of end of June, beginning of July. It's my birthday, I'm going to be 38. The big 38. June 22nd. And my little sister's boyfriend, his birthday's in middle of July. So I said that we'd try and go towards end of June, beginning of July. It's kind of crossover birthdays, time out in the woods again. Maybe do a few things different. I said we'd take the ingredients to make pizzas, make some fresh pizzas over the fire. Thought that'd be pretty cool, something different. I think it's nice to take my sister out and show her a different sort of lifestyle other than just the city. Because my sister was born in Manchester, so she's like a full city girl. Whereas me, my sister and my brother, my other sister and my brother, were all raised in Scotland. Well, for the first good few years of our lives anyway. But I'll turn the camera off for now because I need to try and get this phone charged up, and I'll do my best to bring you back. And if I don't bring you back this evening, I'll bring you back in the morning. Just another little update. Like I say, if anyone's got any questions about the gear that I'm using, maybe the locations or places to go, what to do, like, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. I mean, not that anyone's even going to respond to these videos, like I say, but I'm all ears and open to questions, open to suggestions. I'm actually looking forward to cooking shortly. Chili con carne with rice is what I'm having tonight. Because you don't have to eat bad when you go out camping. I see all these camping videos where people are eating food out of packets, freeze-dried food, and then other people take it to the other end, the other extremes. They're bringing steaks out and stuff like that, which I think it's okay. But it's throwing a steak on the fire and then eating it on a plate. It's like, it's kind of nothing special about that. But I want to be able to show people you can actually have regular meals. It doesn't have to be crappy camping food all the time. I do have a couple of munchies, a couple of bags of crisps, I've got a couple of chocolate bars. Actually, mini Freddo caramels if anyone's interested. The only thing is, because it's quite chilly, it's getting chilly this evening, is the chocolate starting to go a little bit hard. Maybe that's a good thing for some people though. Last a little bit longer. I found in my camping rucksack as well, one of my sisters had left a spare head torch. So I'm using that inside the tent at the moment as a light. Because like I say, I'm not one for bringing excessive amounts of equipment. I like to get the most out of the least, if that makes sense. This fire is absolutely toasty and warm though. It's like the heat just keeps flicking over me, over my face and my hands. It's so nice. There was a place in Scotland that I really wanted to find. My dad, me, my friend Joe, my friend Ryan, we went up there when I was like 13, 14, went up for like a week, and my dad found this like incredible location. It's like a river flowing through the woodland and a huge waterfall. It's like quite secluded, not excluded. But it's really nice. But the first day we got there, we were rolling through the woods trying to find a spot to camp, pitched up our tent. Oh, well, before we pitched up the tent even, we like dropped our rucksacks, and my dad went running, like almost screaming, like he's running, and he literally dove into the waterfall, into the bottom of the waterfall, and me and my friends are just looking like, what the hell is going on? But if anyone knows what midges are, midges in Scotland are like cannibals. You've never felt anything like it in the woods. They just suck your blood like crazy. They're like little black flies, for those that don't know. When I was growing up we called them midges. But my dad was allergic to midges, unbeknown to me or anyone else. And he ran through the woods, dove into the river. And if it was daylight I'd show you, but he stood up in the river and he ripped his boxer shorts off as he was wearing them, wrapped them around his face, and he's come back and told us basically, yeah, these midges attacking me really bad. Next day when we woke up, my dad's face was full of huge blisters. We called him pizza face, so you can kind of get the picture of what his face looked like. But oh, it was so awful. He was stuck there for 5 days. Like, fortunately for my dad at the time, he had a bottle of whiskey or something, so he's drinking that to just try and take the pain away. And we're just laughing to ourselves. What the hell's going on? Never seen anything like it. I've never seen my dad like react to midges like that before either, so it must have just been the season where they were just intense. But let me get some more wood on this fire. You can't really see what I'm doing right now, but I've got all my wood prepared that I think I showed you earlier in the video. If not, it'll be clipped in to the video so you all can see the wood that I did chop up and prepare. But as I always say to everyone, however much wood you think is enough, probably double it, maybe even triple it, because it can run out so fast. You'd be surprised how fast the wood can run out. And if you want to keep your fire roaring like you see in the movies and you see in all these videos, it does take a lot of wood. Oh, a little escapee. I'm sorry about that, people. The camera keeps falling down. It's because I'm holding the flap of the phone case. I know it's not ideal, but it's the best I've got right now. I can get myself a tripod or something, upgrade, so maybe future videos you can have a bit better of an experience. But I'm going to turn off for now, save the battery, let it charge, and I'll bring you back when I'm cooking if I can. See you later. Hey people, when I said cheap and cheerful, so what we've got here is the can that I used for my chili con carne. What I've done is fill it with some twigs, stick 2 twigs on top, and there you have a cheap cooker. No need for gas, wasting money and all that rubbish. Just stick your pan straight on top, like so. Oh, as long as the wood stays on the... We all have mistakes. Stick your wood on. Stick your pan on. Look at that. We now have a cheap cooker. Recycling at its best. Right. The fire's roaring. I don't know what you can see in the woods, but not much, to be honest with you. So, got my little hot chocolate, about to make that now. But yeah, there we go people, cheap and cheerful, little fire. That's all you need. You don't need to waste the money on all this garbage. I'll catch you later. Alright people, I told you I'd bring you back when I could. My little stove worked a trick. Pot of rice, hot and steamy. Chili con carne. Let's get this into the bowl. Oh, so you can see what I'm doing. Chili con carne. So literally, as I was saying earlier, there's enough space for some more rice. May as well get the rest of it in there. You don't have to eat crap when you're camping, out of packets and etc. You can cook a decent meal with simple tools, a tin, a pot, some ingredients. That fire is blazing hot. Oh, still a bit more chili con carne in there. Try and get it out. It's a feast fit for a king. There we go. Pots and pans. Stick my lid on there. Give them a scrub in the morning. Got my hot chocolate over there, just stewing away. Yeah, there we go. Let me turn this torch off so you can enjoy the fire, and I'll bring you back soon. Good morning everyone. I had a great sleep last night. Fire's all burnt out. Went through all the wood. Woke up to rain this morning. Let's see. It's a little wet. A little wet out here. One thing I forgot to do last night. Forgot to pack my chair away, so that's a little wet. And there must have been a dog or an animal or something this morning knocked over my frying pan, but ah well, it's not a big deal. Got my rain pants on, perfect time. But yeah, just wanted to say to everyone I had a good night last night. For those that want to go on a camping trip, there's no time like the present. But what I'm going to do now is pack everything away and start getting my arse down this hill. Get to the car, because I just want to get home and have a nice hot bath. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed the video, whatever I can stitch together and make from last night. I'll do my best. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you all later on the next adventure. Bye. One last thing I wanted to show you before I leave. As you can see, I'm all packed up, ready to go. Didn't take me long. But one of the benefits of using the ground tarp before you put your tent down, as you can see, we have a dry patch, which gives you a nice dry place to pack away your tent, etc. Because you don't want to be doing it on a wet, muddy floor. It just makes life more difficult when you have to go home and dry it all back out. But yeah, camping trip, people. I'm going to head down the hill, get packed in the car, and head off home. Well, it's been a nice little adventure, so I'll see you later. This is my final goodbye. Catch you on the next one. Bye.